Hello, today we are going to work on lesson 8 and we're going to first analyze a graph. It says, Mrs. Jones's class voted for their favorite insect. Use the bar graph to answer the questions. Let's look at number 1. For number 1, it says, which insect got the most vote? So if you look at the bar graph, the highest insect that got voted is 7. And that one is ladybug. So for number 1, we need to write ladybug. For number 2, it says which insect got the least vote. If you look at the graph, the least one is 2, and which is a worm. So for number 2, we need to write worm. For number 3, it says how many more students like butterflies than worms? So butterfly, if you look at it, they got 5 votes and worms got 2 votes. So we need to subtract 2 from 5, which is 3. So 3 students more liked butterflies than worms. Let's look at the next part. Let's move on to the next page. For this page, we have order of operations. Let's look at number 1. For number 1, it says 7 times 8 plus 4. So if there's parentheses, then we need to first add the numbers or subtract or whatever equations that's inside the parentheses. We need to first solve that. After, we need to do multiplication or division, and then we need to look at the numbers that are adding or subtracting. So since multiplication is first, we need to first multiply 7 and 8, which is 56, and then we need to add 4. And then we get 60 for number 1. Let's look at number 2. So for number 2, there is a parentheses, and we need to first solve the numbers that are inside the parentheses. So 1 plus 3 is 4. And then now multiplication has to be first, then addition. So 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 plus 4 is 10. So 10 is the answer for number 2. Let's look at number 5. For number 5, so 9 times 5 is 45 divided by 5, which is 9. So 9 is the answer for number 5. Let's look at number 9. For number 9, we need to first multiply the numbers that are inside the parentheses, which is 20. And then we need to multiply 20 and 60. So we can just multiply 6 and 2, and then later add 2 zeros. So 6 times 2 is 12. And then we need to now add 2 more zeros, since 60 and 20 has 1 zeros each. So it's 1200 plus 1, which is 1201. 1201 is the answer for number 9. Let's look at number 12. So 1 plus 1 has to be first, which is 2. And then we need to divide 72 by 8, which is 9. And then 9 times 2 is 18. So 18 is the answer for number 12. Let's move on to the next page. For this page, we have fractions. It said what fraction of each shape is shaded. Simplify if necessary. Let's look at number 1. For number 1, there are 1, 2, and 3 parts, and only one part is shaded. So 1 out of 3 parts is shaded. So 1/3 is the answer for number 1. Let's look at number 2. For number 2, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And only 1, 2, 3 parts are shaded. So 3 parts out of 8 sections are shaded. Therefore, 3/8 is the answer for number 2. Let's look at number 5. For number 5, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 sections, and 1, 2, 3 sides are shaded. So 3 out of 5 sections are shaded, therefore 3/5 is the answer for number 5. Let's look at number 8. For number 8, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 sections. And only 1, 2 parts are shaded. So 2/9 is the answer for number 8. Let's look at number 10. For number 10, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 sections, and 1, 2, 3 parts are shaded. So it has to be 3/6, but we can simplify that, which is 1/2. So 1/2 is the answer for number 10. Let's move on to the next page. For this page, we have word problems. For number 1, it says Amy had 140 puppy stickers. She gave 43 stickers to Joy, 21 stickers to her sister, and an additional 56 stickers to Matthew. How many stickers is Amy left with? So we need to first add the numbers 43, 21, and 56. 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6, and then now we need to add 56. 4 plus 6 is 10, 1 plus 6 is 7, and then 7 plus 5 is 12. So 120. Now we need to subtract 120 from 140 in order to know how many stickers Amy is left with. So 4 minus 2 is 2, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So 20 is the answer for number 1. Thank you.